morning, everyone. Welcome to Body Camp. I am Claudia. So glad to see you today. Today we're working a 15-minute workout in our feet. If you want to wear shoes, you can. There are no dumbbells, no weights. This is just body weight training today. There's going to be some body weight training along with some balance training today. So balance is very important in life. I live in a place where there are 4 seasons, and one of them, of course, is winter. So balance is very, very important. So come on down to the ground with me. You're just going to need your mat today. And I'm going to get a timer started. And we're just going to work on warming up the body, just using our body. So I'm just going to get this timer going. Let's come back into a child's pose. Just sitting back into our heels. And we're just going to plant our hands on the ground and move forward and move it back. Just forward and back, just like that. Finding an inhale breath and an exhale. In and out. And you're just moving at your own pace here. Just breathing in, breathing out. Maybe looking up as you work. Looking up. And then bringing the eye gaze back to the mat. Just working at your own pace here. I'm just going to move my timer, see it a little better. There. All right. If you're ready, we're going to move forward, tuck our toes and lift up. We're not quite coming to the downward facing dog. We're just starting to move the body. Just get it flow down and back. Now you want to be sure that you've got a yoga mat for this, or a mat that is stable, that's not going to be sliding on the ground, okay? Forward and up. And we're looking just to wake up the feet, the ankles and the knees. We've got 1 more minute. Let's roll onto our back for the little time that we have here. We have 45 seconds here. Just our knees over our knees over our hips, and we're just going to lengthen and lengthen. Reach and reach. About 20 seconds here. Seconds. How we doing? Just finding some length. Strength training is good for us, but so is balance and flexibility. We're mostly going to be working on our balance today. All right, rock yourself up to sitting, and let's get to our first workout. Just going to set up our timer here. So we're coming into bird dog. I'd like you on all 4s. So hands and knees. I'm going to start our timer. There we go. So we're coming into a tabletop position. Wrist, elbows, and shoulders are going to form a straight line. Our knees are under our hips. And we're going to take our right arm, left leg reach, and return. Same side each time. Right arm, left leg, reach, and return. Now we've got 40 seconds here. I want you to work at your own pace. I like to tuck my actually I like to keep my toes flat. You might like to tuck your toes under. I like my feet flat here, tops of feet on the ground, and engaging through the core and just looking towards the top of the mat. Now the other hand that's on the mat, you want to be sure that you're using the entire hand to support here. Good, take a moment, shake that out. That was 40 seconds. We're going to do the other side. We've got 2 rounds today, so this is our first round, and then we're going to get on to our second round. So let's set up again. Now let's use the opposite side. I'm going to switch myself around. So this is my opposite arm now, and opposite leg, right? So I said right arm, left leg before. This would be left arm, right leg. Reaching and returning. And if you're having difficulty or struggling with this, maybe don't go as far as I'm going. Maybe you reach out and you return. And reach and return. The goal here is to work on this 2 to 3 times a week. Nice. Take a moment here and let's rest. Now we're going to be standing up and coming into single leg deadlifts. Now when performing a single leg deadlift, I'm going to be on the ground and I'm going to keep this leg on the ground and I'm going to reach my body forward and return standing. Reach forward and return standing. I want you to soften the knee as you tip at the hips. You're going to tip at the hips, reach forward, maybe you touch down. Maybe this is enough for today. Sliding the leg back. Reaching forward, looking forward. Good, shake that out. Let's try the other side, yeah? Let's try the other side. So getting set up again. We're going to reach forward and return. Trying to come back to standing position as much as you can. Let's engage the core. We've got 3 seconds. Reaching out, coming back up. And you might be wobbly here, and that's normal. Right? This might not be something that you train often. Using your breath. We don't want to be holding our breath here. Woo. Engaging the core. Yeah, you're going to fall out of it. I'm going to move myself a little bit here. Reach and return. Oh, balance. All right, calf raises. This is our exercise for the back of the legs. Now you can hang on to the wall, but what I would like from you is to be sure that as you raise your heels off the ground and come back down, all of the toes stay on the ground, right? We're not raising to the outsides of our feet. We're raising all the way up and back down. And if you need a wall for assistance, use that wall. I'm going to try and do these calf raises without the wall. Raising up and lowering down. Up and down. Yeah. Sometimes you're going to fall out of it. I'll face you while I do these. Up. Woo. And down. Nice. Take this moment here, 20 seconds. Now we're coming into a sumo squat. So we're going to take our feet wider than our shoulders, and we're going to sit down. And as we sit, our body is tall. 40 seconds here. Sitting up nice and tall, core is engaged, breathing, shoulders are back. Press the hands together. Your whole foot is on the ground, both feet, all the toes. Knees are turning out, they're not slouching in. Open them up. All nice and tall. Breathe here, I know it's struggling. Nice. Release out of that. Shake that out. I'm going to give you a minute, and we're going to go through the whole thing all again, okay? How did that feel? Do you want to take a stretch here through the legs? Maybe you want to lunge from side to side if that'll help you. Get a sip of water if you need. I'm going to take some movements through the shoulders. We're going to do one more round of everything that we just did. Yeah? Ready for that? Got 30 seconds. Do what you need to do. Remember, we're coming into our first exercise. Whew. How did that go? Yeah? Good? Ready to do it again? Got 10 seconds. Let's get down to the ground for bird dog. Now remember how this went. Knees are under the hips. You decide how your toes feel. Wrist, elbows, and shoulders in a straight line. We're going to reach out and return. Reach and return. The whole time our core is turned on and return. Now you might not be working at my pace. I want you to work at the pace that's comfortable for you, but the pace that is also challenging you. Awesome. Get yourself set up on the other side. I'm just going to turn myself around and we'll get started again. Wrist, elbows, and shoulders in a straight line. We're looking ahead, not looking up, tucking underneath. Nice long back, and off we go. Focus on your work. Core is engaged. Did more on this side than I did on the other. Woo! How'd that go? You feeling that? Now you might be wobbly, and remember what I said. Ease into it. Take your time. Get an understanding. When you're feeling good, then you can raise your leg or off the ground. Let's get into single leg deadlifts. We're coming to stand up. Plant that foot. Tip from the hips and reach out. Soften the knee. Reach again. Soften the knee of the foot that's on the ground, and you're going to wobble. Yes, you are, 100%. That is the point. Practicing strength and balance. Drag your foot across the ground. If that is better, just lengthen out and return. I'm going to try and get in one more here. There we go. All right, we're setting up for the second side. I just did this leg, so now I'm going to plant this leg on the floor. I'm going to get myself ready, setting up, nice and tall, core engaged. Remember, we're softening at the hips and reaching. Reaching out. I always find this to be harder when I'm standing on a yoga mat than when I'm standing on a floor, like a hard surface floor. Yeah. And don't worry if you wobble. Wobbling is part of it. You'll notice that I didn't bring a chair But if you need to hang on to a chair and maybe work with one arm, you can do that too. Woo. All right, calf raises. So once again, if you needed that chair for calf raises to hang on to, or maybe the wall to hang on to as you lift and lower, go ahead and do that. I like to work my calf raises just with my body, no external support. Up and down. I like to make sure I'm 10 toes down on the ground, and I'm rolling through my feet, up and down. This is a balance move that a lot of people find that is very difficult. And balance is something you always want to be training. Up and down. And up, whoop, and down. Take that rest, shake it out. We're coming into our sumo squat. So our feet are going to be wide again. A little bit of strength work here. I'm going to put myself on an angle this time so you can see my back. And I'm going to sit wide. Good. I don't want you to stick your bum out, tuck it under, lift up tall, nice and tight. Press the hands together. And you're sitting as low as you're comfortable to sit, but feeling challenged. Breathe through, press the hands together, lift the chest, eyes forward. You're doing great. Feel those legs? Lift out of those. Woo! All right, we made it. That was it. A little bit of balance work, a little bit of strength training, just using our bodies. Come on down to your mat again. And let's move through that child's pose again. So we have child's pose and we're shifting our body forward and back. Shifting forward and back. Place those hands on the ground. Now, let's take it up. Tuck the toes under, lift up, and let's just walk through our feet. Now I'm looking towards my knees here. Take a little stretch through the calves. Press the heels down to the ground. Keep the hands firm on the ground. All right, let's shift the body forward. Bring it back down and just hold your child's pose now. Nice long stretch here. Sitting back onto the heels. If your forehead can touch the ground, let it do so. All right, let's just bring the body forward. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you 2 to 3 times a week. Alrighty, have a great day. This is Body Camp. We'll see you in the next video. Bye now.